Hello Gizbos and welcome back to another video. This time it's a little bit different because it is FC25. Been excited about this for a long time, just for the fact that obviously coming to the end of FC24 was a little bit disappointing and I didn't really like the game that much. There was a lot of glitches, a lot of broken stuff, just a lot of issues with it. I think they released the game too early. There was a lot of fixes during the whole sort of 10 months that it was out, which is obviously not great when the game's been out and there was loads of issues with Ultimate Team, pro clubs, even sort of AI defending and everything like that. And I feel like they rushed the game. You know, it's FC24. It's their first one away from not being called FIFA. So maybe, the changes they made weren't great. And obviously that's why it came with a lot of patches. Hopefully going forward, they've learned their lessons. There is going to be no issues. Hopefully, I pray to God that there isn't. But we are here with FC25. I've read some really good reviews of the content creators of FIFA, praising it, saying it's really good. The gameplay is good. The defending's better. The attacking's better. The games are not overly stupid on career mode where it's 6-5 and all that high scoring game. It's going to be tight 0-0s, 1-0, 2-0, the way you set up the other team. I've seen a lot of the tactical fouls. So, like, if you're losing and you're on a counter attack, I've seen videos where the AI just bring you down to, sort of stop it and keep the balls in the corner. So there's a lot of hope for that, but I have to obviously experience it myself. So in the last couple of days, I've been sat here and creating all of the players that I do for my Drayton Town career mode save. The only difference is this time is that there are some new additions to the team. I was thinking about changing a couple of people going out, people coming in, but instead it's just literally people coming in, which makes it better for a better squad, more challenging for places. I have actually put down where everyone is playing and the partnerships that I'm going to have in strike force, centre mid, centre back as well. So there's a lot to look forward to. More on Drayton Town as a team and how they came about in my next upcoming videos. If you already know that, if you've joined from a previous video and you know the backstory, then great. If you're new to the channel, then please stick around throughout these series. Subscribe as well. I don't have much subscribers. I just do it for the love of playing and subscribing and uploading. The money and stuff like that. If it was a bigger YouTuber, then it might be a little bit different with the games and the content that I play. But for now, this is why I enjoy it. Doing for the friends, doing it for really myself, and just having fun with it. But comments, likes, subscriptions, everything is all welcome and appreciated from myself. So going to jump in to the edit created players. So I've done all the players. There's a lot here to go through. Also ignore the fact that they're in a Pompey kit. Of course, the Pompey kit is the team that you pick as your EA team when you go through this. They're going to be obviously in a Drayton kit. We'll get through that later and do all of the design of the kits. In the meantime, I'll go through. I don't know why it's put a couple of centre backs and all that above the goalkeepers in order, but I will literally just go from top to bottom and give a brief explanation of who they are, where I know them from, and where they're going to be playing. So the first person is Novio. I know him from one of my other games that we used to play. He popped in on a stream. Really good friend of mine now. Lives over in Holland. Fantastic person to talk to. Has been really supportive of the channel since day one, with all these videos and everything that I do from previous games, these games, being in live streams and everything else. So really happy that he's here. Really good player. Plays at right back. If anyone remembers from the early days when I did this on like FIFA 18, 19, he actually was a goalkeeper but moved positions. Was thinking of actually moving him into a more advanced position. Let's see what Novio can do as a cam or a centre mid, but he's going to stay right back. He's been solid in that position for a while. I didn't really think about putting him back in goal, but is what it is, and we will go with Novio. The next person is Dark Lord, or he's known as Dark Lord. His name is actually Jaden. He's going to be, I don't know why his kit number is 46. He is going to change and will be 19. But I know him from a game called The Last of Us. Many people know that online, has an online mode. But I knew him from that, and then we just hit it off. He's really, really a nice guy, really friendly, funny. There's a video of him doing some really good impressions while we're playing the game, and everyone is in stitches, and so was the stream when I was actually doing it as a live stream as well. He's just a caring, fun guy. Big centre back. This is his second time in this, because he was in it a while ago. He was in previous videos of FIFA that I did before. Obviously, things happened, falling outs and stuff like that. We then became friends again. He's now back in, really excited to see how he performs going forward. Ryan, again, known him through my friends in real life. I say real life in the online line gaming and the real life of actual friends. I've known him for a fair bit. Used to take me to quite a lot of Pompey away games. Really nice guy, really friendly, funny as well. And yeah, just a really down to earth guy. We'll be playing at left back again. Ryan always been my sort of first team left back. I don't see another position for him. He just fits it really, really well. So on to the three goalkeepers as it should have started. Sov, everyone knows Sov. Been my friend for many, many years. Used to go to the same school as him. Used to be in the same class. We used to get on really well. When we left school, everyone sort of not falls out, but you stay out of contact. And then it became sort of closer with other people, and it put me back in contact with him, and then we're obviously friends again now. So Sob's a really good person, down to earth, really nice guy, always funny, doing the kickabout that we always do, always volunteers to go in goal. And yeah, it's just an absolutely legend. So he is going to be my number one goalkeeper. Ian is my step uncle, as you will. He will be a goalkeeper. Always used to play in goal when growing up for his team that he used to play for, sort of ages ago, really, in all fairness, on the Saturday Sunday league. So he will be my I say second choice goalkeeper, but he'll either be the home goalkeeper or the away goalkeeper. And of course, Alfie is my brother's good friend. And again, with one of these, it's where, Alfie will be a cup goalkeeper. There's no doubt about that. But it's again where Sov, will he go for home games or away games? And the same as Ian, just something that I need to think when I get to the formation bit about that. So then after Alfie, we are moving on to Dean. Dean, I've only known Dean actually. Well, I met him once at my Mikey's barbecue. Met him once, and that was it. And then didn't chat again until I joined a Discord server when we was playing pro clubs. And then, I think after 3 months of being in there, I was like, I've met Dean. Like, oh shit, and didn't realize. So yeah, Dean's a funny guy. The banter he has, very dark humor. Get on really well with him. And yeah, it's just really fun. So he'll be in at right back, where, of course, will he push into the first team, be a cup person, obviously, but we'll see how he gets on. This will be his second season into this. Dan is Mikey's brother, and Dave's dad, who's in this team as well, but I'll obviously talk about that later. Dan, known him for ages, used to obviously live next door to my nan. That's how we sort of know each other. Really nice guy, down to earth, and really fun to be around. So he'll be the first choice centre-back. Ian is a guy that I know online. He supports Leyton Orient and also follows Atletico Bilbao. Again, really friendly guy, quite funny with his sort of footballing views and stuff like that. Get on quite well with him. So I'm happy to have him still in this. Remy, again, don't know why he's wearing number 56. I will sort these squad numbers out when they join, obviously, my team. In terms of Remy, really funny guy. Again, his first season back for many, many FIFAs. Kind of have a half falling out, but these things sort of happen, and we just sort of move on from him. So I'm glad that he is back in the team. So we now move on to Chris as the other first choice centre back with the Dan in terms of partnerships. Obviously, at the end, I'll go for the partnerships, but Chris obviously will be the main centre back with Dan. Known Chris for many years, probably about 15 plus years. He obviously, his dad managed our team, hence the manager. And obviously, again, I'll get into that later. But yeah, Chris, just a really nice guy, really friendly, knows his football stuff. And glad to have him in this. Morgan is Kian's best friend, just fits in with the team. Just an extra player. It's a squad player. It's someone to use in the cup. And it's just one of them things that to have them extra players on a position. Otherwise, Ryan would probably have to play all of the games. So yeah, it's just better this way. Paul, again, known him for 15 plus years, absolutely hilarious guy, so funny. Especially in our Discord sort of calls when we play FIFA, it's hilarious. Absolutely find him brilliant. Known him since like we started the Drayton Town times. Good to have him around. Tommy, again, probably known him the same as Paul and Chris. Me and Tommy have been to a few Pompey away games together. I actually think we've seen like us win every single one except one. We went to Blackburn and maybe actually probably Bradford actually, so probably two. But yeah, we've been to a fair few Pompey games. He's a good guy to have around, really funny. And yeah, he tries a lot of the acrobatic stuff down Farlington, which is just funny to watch. Sometimes he pulls it off. But he actually used to be a goalkeeper for Drayton for the first season. When we first started, he went in goal. And then he came out and then went into like a centre back, centre mid role. And actually probably played better in the centre back positions. But obviously we've got many of them. So it goes into the centre defensive midfielder. Jack, again, same as Remy and Jaden. Known him for a long period of time, come across him on Tilu. I recognised, obviously, on the last, I call it Tilu, but on The Last of Us, people were all over the brand. You don't really know where they're from, but he instantly just spoke on the mic and just instantly, I knew he had like a Yorkshire accent, and I just picked up on it straight away. It's like, yeah, how do you know? I was like, yeah, I just know your accent. And we just became really good friends, hit it off with a vibe. Obviously, we fell out. We're all good friends now. We all make up. We're all adults. Glad to have him back in here. Slots back into a centre mid position. So really happy to have him around. Alfie, again, known him for a few years. He's a really funny guy. Some of the comments that he comes out with is hilarious. Actually, again, same as Tommy, he played centre back in the first, or not the first season, but Tommy played centre back with Alfie. There was a partnership there. Alfie was a centre back, went into centre mid and sort of chopped and changed for the first 3 seasons that he was with us before he left and obviously just did other stuff. People sort of fall out quickly over not wanting to do it anymore. But in his first 3 seasons, he was a very good defender midfielder, so he's going to be in there. Dave is Mikey and Dan's dad, so he'll fit into there. Dave is kind of like an uncle to me. I've known him for many years since I was born. Lived next door to my nan, so that's how they will become sort of friends. Tony is my step granddad. Again, it's probably just like a cup player, just to have in, just as backup. It's always good to have them sort of things as well, which is quite nice because it's just extra players to use. Some people get injured. You see in all day life of teams, someone gets injured and a player will just sit on the bench for 5 games because one person's injured. You just got to be a squad player. So it's always good to have them around. Obviously myself, not really going to get too much detail on this. Obviously give myself, as you can see, the highest rating because I sat here and created them all. Jax, again, knows him from The Last of Us, from Croatia. Really good player. I've seen a fair few clips of him. Very good winger. So yeah, happy to have him in here. Kian, of course, is my brother. Got to have him in here. I wouldn't say as a squad player, but he'll be in the cups as well as Morgan as well. Sam, known as Swagbo, one of the best sort of FIFA players that I've seen. Incredible talent on a controller and a joystick. Really good. Funny as well with some of his comments that he makes in our sort of Discord chat. And yeah, just the way he plays. Really, really funny. And yeah, one of the best sort of any on a pro clubs or online player that I've seen. Tyler, I've known him for quite a fair few times. Pompey fan on Twitter. Happy to have him back in the team. Tyler's probably been the most versatile player in this because he's been a centre back, a right mid, and now a cam. So he's been literally everywhere in the team. I just think he fits the cam way much better. He makes such an impact of coming off the bench in these cup games. He is one of the star key players, so really happy to have him in there. Neil, my dad, he took over Mick from the manager position for the last 2-3 seasons when we were sort of getting to the age where you're like your legs are dead and you just can't be bothered to do it anymore in that respect. So yeah, that is probably how Neil comes around in the team. Ocean, again, known him on The Last of Us. Started chatting to him. Again, you know his English accent. The only difference with Ocean is like, oh yeah, where are you from? And at the time, it's completely different now, but at the time he was literally living in Winchester, which is a little city from where I live around, or where I used to live. And we were just around the corner. It was absolutely crazy that a worldwide game and you literally speaking to someone who's so close on your doorstep. So talked offline, became really good friends, really funny, and wish him nothing but the success in his things that he is doing with all the Twitch stuff. So really genuine guy. Robbie, known him for quite a long time as well, sort of like in the era of Chris and Dan. That's how long I've known him. Really funny guy. Didn't really play for us that much. He was actually a centre back for us as well. We kind of had a lot of centre backs when we were playing, just where people wanted to play. Everyone wanted to be up top and be the goal scorer and the wingers and setting them all up in these Saturday leagues. But Robbie was probably one of the first people. But yeah, I'm happy sitting centre back. Like I'll do a job there. And yeah, he did a job. So again, I've got too many centre backs. So I'm going to put him up top. Decent player to have up top. I'm going to tell you that the height of Robbie and the strength is unbelievable. Towers over me. And I think he'll score a lot of goals. He did in my last FIFA, but I definitely think he'll score a lot of goals on this one. Of course, Mikey, one of my bestest mates ever. I've known him for literally since I was born. Lived next door to him, for ages, and just always gone to football games together. One of my bestest friends. He will score a shitloads of goals in this. There is no doubt about that. And then Richard, known as Hilly, is my granddad. Just to add him into this team. Again, it's good partnerships to have in this team. And extra squad players in and around. They might not play certain games, but certain cups games that they might. Obviously, we'll be in League 2, so we'll be in a chance for more cups as well. But yeah, there's just obviously loads of partnerships in here. You're looking at a Tommy Paul partnership, then it'll be probably a Jack and a Alfie one or an Alfie and a David. There's just so many partnerships that I could have. I definitely know for my defence, it's going to be Jaden and Remy as a partnership, and Ian and Hilly with Dan and Chris's other partnerships as well. So there's so much I can do, so much I'm looking forward to as well. So I'm really happy to get started in this. Can't wait. On the upside, as I said, subscribe. If you're new to this sort of channel, please follow the series through. I'd love as much views and comments. Obviously, this game is 2 days old, so it's going to be fresh on your sort of feed and recommendations. I know it probably wouldn't be of an interest to anyone who's outside of these players, that you're not really following. People do want to follow their club and how they're doing and what people do with him, with their old, let's make a youth thing and signing under 21s only and stuff like that. I fully understand that, but I would just obviously really appreciate if people might like this, might stick around, get a few views and leave me a few comments. I would generally really appreciate that. So with that being said, the first one is now done. That is episode 1 done. I will then move on and just get the next videos out as and when I can. But I hope you like this one, guys. Again, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you all for episode 2 of FC25.